Hey guys, MoJK here. Doing a little bit of catch up on the news for Alchemist Code, honestly. Had a busy weekend with Mother's Day stuff, a lot of running around place to place, and then my friend got me hooked on this new game, honestly, called Dungeon Hunter Champions. And it was one of those situations where, like, in the beginning of the game, you kept getting more and more energy, and it was almost like I had to play non-stop trying to get my energy down. But now that I'm kind of caught up on that, and it's going to slow down a little bit, I can kind of refocus and recalibrate. Doesn't mean I'm going to cut into my Alchemist Code at all. This is still my number one game, but it is probably going to reduce the amount of time that I play my other games, such as the City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia and so forth. So just wanted to be completely transparent with you guys. I've been really hooked on that game. So check it out if you're into like MOBA, action RPGs type of games. It's a really good one. A little bit buggy, but it just launched like a week ago, so kind of to be expected. It's actually very similar to Summoner's War if you've played that in a lot of different ways. So anyway, let's get to the news here real quick. So starting tomorrow, there's gonna be a half AP campaign, which is really crazy. We've been getting so much AP lately, so this is just going to kind of continue the trend of this people not running out of AP. There's going to be plenty of stuff for a lot of people to do. Although I have to admit that, with all these job pluses and kind of recycled events that are good for a lot of players, for people like me who have already done these the first round through, and I've gotten like Poland job plus and all that stuff, I'm worried that with all this half AP and all this AP that we have recently, that maybe there's not gonna be quite enough for me to do. But then I remembered there's a particular event that's gonna basically take forever, and yeah, it kind of brought my mind at ease. But I'll talk about that in a little bit. So anyway, half AP for all event quests, that's really cool. If you have to catch up on job pluses and things like that, this is really gonna help you out. So okay, popular event rerun. Let's talk about this real quick. Chocolate Toy Box, this is your Poland Bard Plus job. If you didn't know, this is a really useful unit upgrade, because not only is it a nice upgrade to a job that's good at buffing your party, and maybe there's some situational uses in events and things like that, but there's a lot of strategies that I've seen where people use Poland's Bard Plus to like maximize efficiency for gold rushes. So what you do is you can do the relaxing lullaby and hit all the enemies on the map, and you can basically finish the map very, very quickly, exit out before all the death animations, you still get all the gold and everything. So if you really want to maximize your gold rush farming, she's a very, very critical unit. Personally, I haven't used her as much as I maybe thought I was going to use her, but still somebody that you want to have. I personally just tend to run auto because I'm like doing dishes and stuff like that as I'm farming those key dungeons, but a lot of people are finding this very useful to have. So if you missed out the first time, pick her up for sure. Another kind of understated benefit to this event is the Valentine boxes, which are really nice because they do a little bit of healing, but they also give you a move +1 for one turn, which can actually be pretty useful. So it's a unique consumable, and you can farm those up as well during this event. So pretty cool that that's coming back. Also, of course, Rahu's job, Chronomancer Plus. This is very, very crucial. I saw some people complaining that they missed out on it the first time, so if you don't know already or you don't have it, this is like one of the most important job pluses to have, because Rahu, in my opinion, I was kind of waffling between her and Lofia, but I have to admit that Rahu is probably the best support right now, because the stats, she's very fast, a little bit squishy still, obviously, but she's very fast, and all those like magical activations, or the enhanced overclock, I'm sorry, very useful stuff. It's a must-have, so if you missed out on it the first time, grab it here. Alright, so this is what I was referring to when I said that the half AP event is going to be useful for veterans like me, because this is like the most ridiculous farming event ever. So if you've been following the game and the community for a while, you'll know that the first time this event rolled around, people were pissed because it was just way too early, way too difficult. It seemed like it was just like, really, like, you're gonna make us do this however many times we need to get the 777 shards for the armor. But now that it's coming back, I feel like this is going to be like time for revenge, because while it was very difficult when it first came out, like what was it, like 5 months ago, 6 months ago, something like that, now we have so many strong units that I feel like we should be able to auto it. A lot of us should be able to auto it now. That's the hope anyway. So yeah, this is going to be basically my time for revenge. I'm going to get I'm sorry, I stayed on this as if I wanted to get Sabareta, which I already have, but what I'm really talking about is this here, the extra levels, which is going to give the Armor of Wrath. So this is the one that requires 777 shards. It's both usable by Sabareta and Zahar. So even if you don't plan on using Sabareta in the long term, you should probably think about getting it for Zahar, because he is going to be a top tier unit in the future. Granted, far in the future, maybe by then there's a better armor, but still pretty nice to have. And yeah, the stats are good, gives you light resistance, which is really useful for a dark element character. So yeah, considering how strong we are now, I'm hoping that it's not going to be as painful to farm up. So yeah, that's going to run for 2 weeks. Plus we have Lamia with our Dragon Cavalier Plus job. So as I understand it, there were further enhancements in the future with this, like, you know, it gives her kind of like a charge up move, but instead of a 2.5x, it's a 2.0, and it gives her the ability to kind of like survive fatal damage. But I don't think we're getting that right away unless they're different. This is different from JP. What it's basically going to be is like Dragon Cavalier is already a useful job, but this is going to give her like a couple of extra charges on Grand Cross, I believe, and I don't know if there's going to be really anything more than that. You know, improved stats would be nice, but yeah, don't expect way too much. She is going to be usable because, you know, a water Dragon Cavalier is going to be pretty cool to have, but I don't think it's going to be like I don't think it's necessarily going to put her on the level of a Zangetsu yet. So, you know, temper your expectations, but that is coming. It'll be nice to actually finally be able to use her though, because I've had her forever and I never really used her. But you do need level 75 and like her job 3 unlocked in order to get this, because that's how all job pluses work, by the way. So yeah, I already talked about Sabareta. I don't need him in the armor. So yeah, I'm very curious to see how this is going to feel the second time around. It's been quite a good amount of months and we should be a lot stronger by now. And then finally there's a YouTube 10k subscribers milestone, which is cool that they have their YouTube channel, you know, being followed by that many people. And more importantly, we're getting 10 gold keys to everybody, which we've probably already gotten, or you guys already have collected. This is a lot of people were complaining about not having enough gold keys, and you know, I have so many keys for the apples and all that stuff, but I don't have any gold keys. Well, they probably heard you, and this is why they're getting 10 gold keys to everybody. So really useful stuff, probably the most important dungeon keys, of course, although I personally never ran out, which is weird because I use a ton of gold. So I don't know if people were just not into the game early enough to get all those weekend keys maybe and collect those. So yeah, pretty cool that we're getting those keys because people were asking for it. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I am all farmed up on Yaris, as I mentioned, and I don't know if I showed this on video, but I do have her up to level 70 now. I don't remember when I pulled her for that, and then there was something else that I pulled off camera. Oh, I think I got another copy of the Neb as well, because I wanted to get her job too, which is what, Crafter? Yeah, I just wanted the booster +1. I don't like having the blank second passive, so I'm just weird like that. So I just wanted to kind of show that. But anyway, yeah, sorry I'm late with the video, guys, and I'll definitely have content for you tomorrow and some summons, of course. I've just been busy, and then, like, you know, like I said, I'm caught up on the other game as far as energy goes, so I can finally slow down and focus on this game more. And you know, I had nothing really to do, to be honest, because I had already farmed up Yaris's shards, so it was a good time to start another game, and now it's a good time to be caught up because yeah, tomorrow we're gonna be getting a lot of new stuff. So anyway, let me know what you think about, you know, the new content coming, what you're most excited about. I know people who don't have Rahu's Quartermaster Plus are gonna be really excited about that, but yeah, I'm gonna go get those Sabareta shard, the armor shards, because kind of a completionist, but the first time around it was just not feasible at all. I mean, I have maybe 254 shards or something like that, but most of that is from the milestone rewards. So we'll see how painful that is. I'll make a video trying to auto it. So anyway, take care guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. And yeah, let me know what you're most looking forward to. I'm curious. So peace out guys.